So hello there and welcome back to the channel. This is Mel's Gaming here with another The Hunter Call of the Wild video. Now this video is going to be a recap of EW's latest live stream in which we got to take our very first look at the Labrador Retriever DLC that is coming on November 28th. Now we're going to start off by going through and taking a look at all of the different fur types for the Labrador Retriever, as there are several different coat colours for these beautiful dogs. Now we're starting off by taking a look at the yellow variant, so your classic looking Labrador Retriever, a really gorgeous looking fur colour, very beautiful, and you can actually see it here in game, really sort of a goldenish colour, stunning looking model, and just a beautiful looking dog overall. But there are many different options to choose from, including the next one, which is the chocolate. Now, we saw a picture of the chocolate teased on the social media when the stream got delayed yesterday, and this is another really beautiful coat colour. We also get to take a look at the command wheel here for the Retriever. Looks very similar to the command wheel for the Bloodhound, but obviously has the retrieve option instead of a tracking option. Now, I actually really like the look of the chocolate fur colour. I think it's very pretty, but there's a couple of other furs I think are even nicer, including this one. This is the black fur type, and I think this fur type makes the model look especially good. It's just really clean and very beautiful. Then moving on to the next fur coat colour, and we have the fox red. This is again really beautiful and a nice up close look there at the face of these dogs. They look so much better than the Bloodhound. I'm really pleased about that. Then this might be my favourite of all the furs. It's up there with the black fur type for me. This is the charcoal. I really love the darker undertones with the sort of silvery colours. Looks very pretty. Then we have the champagne, so a lighter golden colour than the yellow. Again, very pretty. And then finally we have the silver fur, which I know caused some controversy when people saw that this was going to be a fur, as there are some issues with it in real life. But it is a game at the end of the day, and it does look very nice in game. But moving on, let's take a look at the traits for the Retrievers. So starting off at level 5, you can have loving, which increases your bond with your dog, or you can have strong, which means your dog is less burdened by carrying harvests. Now, we know that the Retrievers can only retrieve class 1 animals, so things like ducks, rabbits, anything that's class 1. So I'm not really sure what that means. Maybe it just means they get tired less. We'll have to see. Then for level 10 we have sixth sense, which means your dog has a higher chance of sensing when an animal is about to be spooked. And quiver. Your dog is able to fetch arrows that it can reach, only works with the recycle perk. So if you have the recycle perk and you can pick up arrows that you have shot that haven't broken, you can actually get your dog to retrieve them. Very interesting. Level 15, you can get your dog to howl on command, or you can get the bold trait and your dog will run further away in search of something to retrieve. So that bold trait seems really good. Then for level 20 we have sharp. Your dog is naturally more willing to work and has increased focus. And control. If idle, your dog will go into the heel position when you fire your weapon. Now, I believe this is probably in order to try and combat the issue in which dogs get in front of you and prevent you from being able to take a shot, because it's, you can't shoot the dog, so it prevents you from doing that. So that seems like a really handy one to actually have. Then for level 25, we have a couple more interesting ones. We have close, which your dog has a higher chance of staying close to you. And then we have webbed paws. Your dog swims faster. Now, the dog can actually swim, and we will be taking a look at that in just a moment, as we did actually get to see that on stream, and that was really cool to see. So that also seems like a really good trait to have. There's a lot of really good traits to have. Then for level 30, we have the brave trait, which your dog has a chance to ward off predator attacks. Now, it was kind of framed on stream that this is a new thing. This is not new. The Bloodhounds also have this trait available to them, so this isn't anything new. It's something, like I said, like the Bloodhounds have already, but it was just kind of framed as it being a new thing. But it's cool that the Retrievers will also have that as well as the Bloodhounds. I don't see a whole lot of use for it for myself personally, but it is something that you can get. And then finally we have Retriever. Your dog retrieves at longer distances and is less burdened by carrying harvests. Now, the increased distance, that's going to be great, and I can only assume again that the less burdened thing probably refers to how tired the dog gets, and probably means that the dog gets less tired, so that could also be really handy. And I can, just by looking at this, see which traits I'm going to be going with, and, you know, I'm going to be opting for things that make the dog as useful as possible, so I'm definitely really excited about that. Now we get to take a look at the dog in action. Nice little animation there of the dog sort of jumping around and playing in the water, which was cool to see. And here we actually get to see the dog doing some retrieving work. So the dog there goes to pick up a goldeneye that Jaxie Beard has shot. And then again, as it comes through the water, you'll see this sort of jumping animation. I think it might be a little bit overdone, possibly, but we'll have to see what it's like and how smooth that is in actual gameplay. Also really cool to see the dog shaking the water off there. That's a really neat animation to see that has been added. And then finally, we get to see the dog actually swimming to go and make a retrieval. This is really cool. This makes me want to go and hunt waterfowl over water, you know, maybe even with a 22 at long distances, geese and stuff over on the water, and then just send the dog out to retrieve them. I really like this because it takes ages to wait for stuff to float in, and you know, I think the dog's going to speed it up a little bit if you've got birds out on the water that you need picking up. And I'm really, really excited about that possibility. Now, obviously, birds do float to you, so it isn't needed to have the retriever. If you shoot something in the water or something that falls in the water, it will float over to you. But I think this is going to be handy in terms of efficiency and maybe help speed certain things up, especially if you're only getting 1 or 2 birds. But that was basically it for the live stream. There was a lot of technical difficulties and a lot to try and get through in a short space of time in this video with the clips that I could make. So I hope I've managed to cover most of it. It was a really interesting stream, and I'm glad that we've had our first look at the dogs. And something that Jaxie Beard did mention towards the end of stream is that the official content creators, myself included, will be getting early access for this dog DLC, so we will be able to show them off a little bit more ahead of release as well. Don't know exactly when that's going to be yet, but it sounds like it's going to be pretty soon. So I'm very, very excited about that, and there will be content on the channel once we get our hands on them and actually take them out and do some play testing with them. But that is going to be it for this video, so please let me know down in the comments what your favourite fur for the dogs actually is, what's your favourite coat colour, and what you were most excited about from what you actually saw here. Was it the animations, the fact that the dog can swim, you know, what did you like the most? Because there's a couple of things that I'm definitely intrigued about. I think the most interesting thing for me personally was that arrow retrieval trait. That was something really unexpected for me, and I wonder how useful that actually might be. Something that is just completely out there, so I really didn't expect that. But that is going to be it for this video, so thank you so much for watching. Just a reminder that this DLC does release on November 28th, so this is when this DLC will be out, and hopefully before then I'll be able to show it off some on the channel and see what these dogs are like to actually, you know, have in game. But that is going to be it for this video, so thank you so much for watching and for all your support as always, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.